guess if we're gonna start.
I mean, we gotta introduce ourselves, I would think.
Yeah. Jackson first. I mean,
literally everyone looked at me.
You're like, I'm the man in charge.
No, I didn't do this. I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm Jackson. I don't really know what to do from here. So,
that was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Other person that I'm not going to introduce because that's your job.
Who?
You, the one speaking to me.
Why are you asserting jobs to people right now?
I'm not.
All right. Well, I'm Ian. I'm the plumber.
Oh.
Well, I'm the sexy.
Your introduction's done.
No,
your introduction is
I wanna
done.
be the sexy
Your
housewife.
time to give yourself a job is over now.
Aw.
Now your job is to assert whoever you're
our
talking
bitch.
to.
You're our bitch.
You're a sweaty bitch. Too.
I know. I'm sweaty as hell.
You need a paper towel? I
Yeah.
got one right here in my pocket.
This podcast is terrible already.
Oh yeah. No.
For the podcast listeners, Jackson is now wiping his face with a brown paper towel that you find in schools for some reason. I don't know why Ian had that.
Why you
My life is my life.
Okay.
That might be a reveal sometime later.
Oh, okay.
My arms are sweaty, so I'm gonna take them off the table because they keep
I think you're just sweaty.
I'm a sweaty individual.
There's more to this.
I feel more comfortable sitting like this. I feel like
You just
very
want to hide.
petite anime schoolgirl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anime schoolgirl.
Anime schoolgirl.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about. You
No.
know.
I don't
you
think
know.
neither one of us have
No,
watched
we
it.
have no idea.
Oh, I see. I'm the odd one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only anime I've watched, both animes I watched two, have only involved two white males. One very white.
It's a very exclusive anime.
It is.
It was just two,
Only two.
just two white males talking.
Yeah, just them talking to each
Yeah.
other, much like this, only plus a one. So
And another thing is that this podcast have a name.
I was thinking about that on the way here, or actually many hours ago.
Oh,
I didn't come up with anything good. I think my favorite was like two white guys and a beard. Or three white guys and a beard.
three white guys in a beard.
I
Yeah,
like it.
I don't mind that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's not very good.
All right, this is three white guys and a beard. I'm Ian the plumber.
Oh yeah, introductions. I'm the last one.
You're the big reveal of this episode.
Maybe I should not say until the end.
Yeah, let's save it to the end.
Okay.
And that's also when I'll reveal paper towel of why I have it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love this podcast already.
Suspense.
Yeah.
Suspenders.
I wish.
I-
Why did suspenders ever go out of style?
Uh,
Besides the fact that they're stupid.
I mean, I wore suspenders for a wedding, so
I wore suspenders all through grade school.
maybe
because
that's why.
I was a fucking loser.
just because of the suspenders.
Multiple reasons, but the suspenders were a big reason.
People come up to you like, suspenders, automatic loser.
My teachers even, they were like, "Yeah, get the fucking loser."
Automatic F. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. Well, that's the end of the suspender conversation.
Shall we start our Infinity?
Yeah,
Conversation.
I'm a fan of that if everyone else is. I'm done getting picked on.
Oh, so that's the reason that suspenders went out, because nobody's a fan of those anymore. So you're like, oh, I should probably stop that.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
What-
what
you
happened.
should-
It took me 6 years to do it, but yeah.
What if you brought them back though?
I'm bringing them back.
They're primed. Like you don't. Although okay, I feel like suspenders though are a like, oh, what's the term for like hipsters? I feel like hipsters wear them.
I feel like if I lived in a different part of the country, I would
Yeah.
absolutely be a hipster.
Yeah.
I feel that in myself.
Yeah.
I feel like suspenders are big in like Oregon, Seattle.
San Diego.
I would
Although-
never live in San Diego.
We've never been there, so we could be
Yeah.
completely wrong on that.
Yeah, well, maybe just stereotyping big cities right now.
Everybody in big cities wears
They
suspenders.
probably think we like all just till the farm.
Yeah, probably.
I farm potatoes every day.
Oh, we're not Irish.
I am.
So Infinity War.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we just start. Do we like it?
Yeah.
How about number out of 10? What would you give it out of 10?
I've only seen it once. Okay, do you want to go first? I don't care.
Jackson, I thought you were the leader.
No. Okay,
All right.
fine.
All right, I guess I'll take charge of this episode. Jackson, you can sit back on the sideline.
You're back to being a bitch.
I'd give it. It kind of while I'm watching it, it kind of switches between an 8 and 8.5.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
I wasn't expecting it to be that low for you, honestly.
yeah,
I mean, it's not very low, but
I got a couple of reasons, and we'll talk about those a little bit later.
oh, I'm intrigued again. This is a great podcast. I'm already enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson, go for it.
Okay, so
Wait, bitch, hold on, Darren.
you're not supposed to say who he is.
Oh no, that's not my real name yet.
We'll let you know at the end.
Yeah, is it?
I may have said it wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Duran Duran.
Maybe we got Duran. Special guest here, Duran. Talking about Infinity War.
God, but
If only.
yeah.
That'll be episode 2.
I've been listening to more Duran lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I've been listening to a lot of 80s.
Yeah, me too. Like, there's like a 80s station on the radio that I've been listening to.
Huh. My students requested yesterday 80s music in one of the classes, and I couldn't have been prouder.
Wow.
Yeah,
You trained him well.
I did. Anyway, back to Infinity War.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we have these little side podcasts.
I like
it's
that.
Like,
yeah.
it's
that's-
like
You talking you two to me?
you talking you two to me. It's a total rip off of them. I have seen it 5 times now. I'm probably gonna go 9, 8.5 to 9 at least. Yeah.
That's higher than I expected for you.
Really?
Actually. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. All right, now it's your turn.
All right.
Jackson.
Thank you, Duran.
I hope
So-
I hope that nickname doesn't stick.
I hope it does. So, I feel like the bitch now because I've only seen it once. I was supposed to see it the second time today. Too much shit happened. But honestly, I give it about an 8.5 solid. Like no 8.5, 8.5, 9. No, it's 8.5. Anybody care to give their reason why? Anyone?
I think we should we do like the positives first? What do we like the best, or should we do negatives?
I always like starting with worst is first, best is
Alright.
last. So
Alright.
I don't mind starting out negative.
Okay.
I think the first and most of my complaints aren't necessarily the directors or the act. Like, it's basically nobody's fault but the movies itself, like of what it is.
Right.
Because there is so much going on all at once. Like, parts of me feel like even though there are parts, there are sections of like focus just solely on Thor, focus solely on Iron Man and his what you call a team, and
Team air quotes.
I feel like there's almost nobody to really feel focused on, which, like I said, that's not really anybody's fault, but the fact of what the movie is, and it's not even really a big complaint because I still enjoy the movie watching it. I never, at all, ever feel like, oh, I'm bored. Like, I wanted to see more of this guy and have it take away from me.
Is that
Oh, that's not my only complaint, but I figured somebody could.
gotcha.
I like that. Well, I will say I agree with you there. That was really probably my biggest issue watching it was like okay, I really have no one person to focus on. You know, like it's here, it's there, it's there, it's here. You know, like if there was one main character, it was Thanos, and I will talk about that when it gets good. when we get to talk about the stuff we like. But probably my biggest issue was probably that, yeah. Darren, talk while I'm trying to think. Help me. My mouth is running. There's words coming
Oh,
out.
well, shut up now so I can talk. I don't know if I have like a number one big complaint. Like all mine are like relatively small. I have noticed like a couple plot holes lately. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, why is it that way? maybe we'll get into those. I think the thing that bugs me the most every time I see it is Peter Dinklage takes me out of the moment every time. Like, I kind of wish they would have just CGI'd him and he would have just done the voice. Like, him just being a midget and, like, they didn't change it really. He's just, like, bigger. I totally get what they were going for.
A large midget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks very odd to me, and it takes me out of the moment every time. It's like, oh, it's just a bigger Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, no, like you can tell, like it's almost like he was in a completely.
We shall warn of spoilers, really. If people, spoiler alert.
Peter Dinklage is in the movie.
We didn't say who he was, at least.
No.
So yeah, he's in it. But spoiler alert. There will be spoilers.
We should probably put that in like the title of the video.
Yeah. I will.
Yeah. Oh, complaint number 2.
Complaint number 2.
I have my complaint.
Okay, well, what's your complaint?
So my biggest complaint, now that I thought about it, because it's one thing I brought up to you after I'd seen it the first time, was I get why they did it, but like none of them, like the moneymaker Avengers, died, and that was my Tony Stark lived, Thor lived, Captain America lived, Hulk lived. You know, like I'm not it's not that I'm against that. It's just that's a big issue for me. Is I came in there.
I have points to make about that. Okay, maybe a theory section is coming up, so we can talk about theories. But I have theories about that.
Okay.
I have one of my very, as you've seen before, very solid and not at all out there theories. Complaints.
Yeah.
Well, yours was the moneymakers. Kind of the thing about that, like that doesn't really necessarily bother me in the ways of the movie itself, more of future movies, like because we all know there's gonna be a new Spider-Man, a new Ant-Man and Wasp, which I mean they didn't die, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
But like,
you don't know that they weren't in the movie.
I feel like either they shouldn't announce the movies that they've already announced until after Infinity War came out. You know, I don't know if that was possible at all, but
you know that's actually a really good point that I never thought of, because that in itself is almost a spoiler.
Yeah, but
you're talking about like even for the year, like I mean they've announced it for like the next 3 years when they're releasing. I got you.
Because then it kind of makes their deaths a little bit pointless. Not that their scenes where they do die is not at all like feeling impactful. Like because each person that died, I was like, no. Yeah. That was the first movie where I actually audibly said something during the movie that wasn't just laughing. Because when Spider-Man starts dying, before you even see him and he just goes, Mr. Stark, before it clips to him, I literally went, no.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's kind of a little bit of a complaint to me, as we all know they're going to come back.
Right.
But that's also another thing of, that's not necessarily anybody's fault, but the fact of what the movie is, I guess.
Well, plus, I mean, reading comic books, we're used to characters not staying dead for very long. Like.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm used to that. So my next complaint. I think my refrigerator's peeing.
I was like, what is that?
He needs a pee break. Calm down, fridge. Use the restroom. I hate to say it, Ian. You're not gonna like it. I think I already told you.
Yeah.
I do not like Spider-Man's death scene. I do not like it. I think he's terrible acting at it. I'll take that back. After seeing it 5 times, and maybe I'm just getting used to it, I don't know. It's a little too long, and I think when you compare it to everybody else's death scene, it's like way longer. Everybody just disappears, but then like he seems to take forever. And like I've heard, it's like, oh, he has like his regeneration powers, helps keep him alive a little longer.
I haven't thought about that one. What I heard was like his spider sense, like kind of warns him to danger. So
yeah.
I'd actually heard both of those, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
I don't know if we're that formal. So.
Well, no, I personally feel bad.
But I would have felt better about it when he like grabs Tony and hugs him, it's like I don't want to go, and then he fades away at that point. I would have felt totally good. But when he lays on the ground, there's like just an awkward like silent moment kind of thing, and it takes me out of it every time.
Yeah.
Like just die already.
Yeah, It's just it seems too long compared, and especially comparing it to everybody else who dies. Like they're like real fast, and then he takes forever.
Yeah, like even the first time I saw it, I kind of did feel like it lasted way longer, which didn't make sense to me. But it didn't take me away from the scene the first time I saw it. But then the second time I did see it, and I don't know if it was because I knew it was coming or if it was because it is longer for some reason. Like it kind of does take me out of it a little bit now after seeing it the first time.
It's the opposite for me. It's like I think I'm just getting used to it now. It's like it doesn't bother me as much as it did the first couple times.
You got another complaint?
Again, this is no fault of anybody's. It's just the nature of the film. Me being such a huge fan of the Black Order, they were way underutilized.
Oh, yeah.
Ebony Ball was the best fucking thing.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like I wish I would just like a movie of him.
Sometimes I just like I'll be at work and I'll just think of that line where he's like fighting Strange in the streets, like where he's like, "Then I'll take it off your corpse."
Yes.
I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Every time I see it, like Ebony, I was a fan of Ebony Ball in the comics, and then this movie took it to a whole new level. He's so badass. Like I wish it would have lasted long, and that's the point of like all of them. I wish they all had bigger parts.
Yeah.
But again, that's so many characters. Like you can't.
Yeah, and the Black Order themselves are, if I remember in the comics, like even them, they're really OP.
Yeah.
And so like, in my opinion, they're not Thanos level, but they're in a way almost nearing it.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like they underutilize them a little bit. I feel like they should have saved them maybe for like the last fight.
And I think Corvus Glaive got the really short end of this just because like in the comics he's super badass and like he's the best general in like the galaxy, and there was like none of that.
Yeah, and he seemed like a little bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to say that a big complaint with me is they showed how powerful Thanos is, but I think I haven't read a lot of I've read some, so I have a little knowledge, but I think it's Death of Thanos or whatever. He's got like God cancer or whatever. That's stupid, but that's something else. But he leaves again some planet, and Corvus Glaive takes over the entire sector, and then he comes back and he's like, "Listen, I'm gonna kill you, or you can kill yourself, but killing yourself is a merciful thing." And Corvus is like, bet, boom, kills himself.
Yeah.
And I feel like the movie really didn't capture that menacing side of Thanos.
Yeah.
That's kind of an issue. And then, again, that's something I liked about it, too.
Okay.
So, somebody else.
I just a response to that, although maybe I shouldn't say this because this is still complaints, but to me, the movie version of Thanos is superior to the comic versions of Thanos.
I think I can agree with that, because comic Thanos almost seems, from what I read, which is just basically the Infinity series, none of his own solo stuff.
Right.
He almost seems like a one-dimensional character.
Yeah.
And so
I want to kill things.
Yeah, basically. And so this one gave him a lot more depth, and it's kind of in its own way a little bit of cliche depth of a tragic background of this planet and all that kind of stuff, but it works really well with what he does, I guess.
And to me this movie was a movie of three characters: Thor, Thanos, and Doctor Strange. It was pretty much their movie to me. Maybe Iron Man a little bit towards the end, but I felt like even Doctor Strange had it more.
Yeah, Iron Man still didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a lot, but he wasn't shown or given nearly as many lines or impactful plots to the points to the story. I don't think I really have, at the moment that I can think of, really much else to complain about. There was one, just almost a scene moment at the end that really kind of bothered me because it didn't make any sense. When Thanos is going to get the Mind Stone, and he's just, plowing through everybody.
Yeah.
When Banner tries to go attack him, he just phases into a rock.
Right.
but when you next see him, he's already out of the rock.
Yeah, I wondered about that too.
The only thing I can think of to rationalize that is when he does a similar thing to the Guardians for the reality gem. Like when he leaves, they turn back to normal.
Yeah, that's right.
So the only thing I can think is like, oh, maybe when he left, it just went back to normal.
Right.
Which I just wish they maybe would have shown that. Like it could have fixed that so easy.
Yeah. A couple plot things that bother me is when Iron Man and Spider-Man free Doctor Strange, and they're like, all right, how do we turn the ship around? Every time I'm like, Doctor Strange has his sling rings. He can teleport anywhere he wants to. Why don't they just teleport back to Earth with a sling ring? And that's another thing of like, oh, maybe we lost it or something when he was in New York or something, but they didn't really. And maybe
too big of an issue for you that they didn't explain it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like none of these complaints really bother me. It's just like minor things.
I got one.
You just drop it down like that.
How the fuck is Tony Stark gonna get back home?
Nebula's there, and he's a genius.
Oh,
she
yeah.
She has
she
her
is. I forgot about
pod ship
see,
thing.
See, this is the bullshittery that comes with only watching it once.
Yeah, I know. Like when I first
little
watched it, I
things,
was like, who all was there? Who all died?
Yeah.
And so I didn't even remember Nebula was there until after I watched it the second time.
Yeah.
Well, I feel stupid. All right, here go my questions.
I feel like you had some questions set.
Yeah, I did. A big one.
All right.
Okay.
Lay it on us.
It's got stages, man. I'm warning you.
Oh no.
Let me get a beer.
The Doctor Strange one I was talking about.
Which one? I think they're like
The long one that I wrote.
I don't remember which one.
Okay, so basically, he said he looked at 14 billion outcomes and they only won one of them.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Does that mean that he saw that they weren't going to get the gauntlet off of Thanos' hand when they were trying to restrain him?
Are you done?
I'm not yet.
Okay.
I thought you were trying to say something.
Well, I thought that's where you were ending.
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
wisdom. I'm waiting.
Okay, continue. You give me all your questions, and I'll give you all the answers.
If yes, does that mean Doctor Strange just did that to kind of give everybody else false hope that yeah, we can win it, And lastly, does that make Doctor Strange an asshole?
Is that the end?
That's the end of it. Yeah.
Number one, I'm wearing a Doctor Strange shirt, so I am a rather large Doctor Strange fan, as you can probably tell.
Yeah.
Someone in the apartment.
I saw Benedict Cumberbatch standing over there, so I figured.
Okay, so some of this question we don't know. I think it'll have to be kind of answered in the next movie. My impressions. I don't think he either didn't tell everybody how they were going to win, or he told them incorrectly. Because one scene that intrigues me is after he gives Thanos the Time Stone, and he goes, Tony looks at him, he's like, why would you do that? Even Tony didn't seem to know what their end goal was. So I don't think he didn't either tell them or he told them something opposite of in order to create the right outcome. And plus it's the only reason he gave Thanos the Time Stone is after it looked like Tony was gonna die.
Yeah.
And the whole movie is making a big deal. It's I'm the protector of the Time Stone, and so this one winning outcome, Tony has to survive. That's the only way to have this winning outcome, because that's the reason they gave him the Time Stone.
That's kind of what I have been thinking too, because like you just said, he didn't even try it, or he didn't ever seem like he was gonna give up the stone
Right.
until the moment where he was definitely gonna kill Tony.
Yeah.
And so he probably knew he would end up dying. I feel if he looked in the future.
Right.
So obviously, he sacrificed himself and the stone for the greater good. I mean, he'll come back, but
yeah. God, we hope.
Yeah. I like Doctor Strange in his movie, but he was really cool in this one.
Oh yeah.
do you guys have any more complaints, or do you have any more questions?
I'm trying to think.
Oh, and no, he's not an asshole.
Okay. About to say my question isn't answered yet.
Trying to think, there was a couple other plot holes I saw even, but today I should have wrote them down. But I always think about them when I see the movie, and then I forget afterwards.
Well, like, I've been looking forward to this, so I've been, like, thinking of questions to ask, you know, just to have something to talk about. And now the time's coming, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
I do have a complaint now that I think about it.
Okay.
The no use of Hulk except for the beginning, for some reason, kind of bothers me.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't. Maybe it's just me. I don't quite get why they didn't use him at all. Like, I think I can't remember think of his name right now. The actor for Banner.
Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, Ruffalo. I think he said that this was including part of like his like since he can't get his own movies. This movie kind of includes his like little his little story arc that's going on. Which to me that doesn't make any sense because the only thing it shows is like throughout the whole movie is like, oh, I can't get it. I can't get Hulk.
Can't get it up.
Okay, so I thought about that too, but this was my impression. I don't know, maybe it didn't sound like this was your impression, so maybe, but I this probably is one of my favorite all-time movie openings. I love Hulk coming right off the bat and just like Thanos beating his ass,
Yeah.
and just like sets the whole tone of Thanos, and like there's no the strongest Avenger can't beat him. They're screwed. I just love that within the first 5 minutes of the movie. My impression of him not wanting to come out was since he got his ass beat by Thanos, he was like it's the one time the Hulk is scared to come out. Like he didn't want to come out because he knew like, oh, I got beat once. Like I don't want to come out again. So that was my impression of why he didn't.
I mean, I did get that impression, but I don't know. Like it just doesn't fit Hulk to me. Like I get he's never been beaten until then, and he got beat hard.
Yeah.
But it almost seems like when he tries to do it in the city the first time, like for me, I would think like, oh, he'll just come out around the end like he does every time.
Mm-hmm.
So it seemed out of place to me that he didn't.
I actually was reading something today. I've forgotten about it until you said that. They said, who the director is, said that's the reason that they didn't have Hulk come out at the end, is because they wanted to break that pattern of Hulk coming out at the end and saving the day.
Okay.
So like from a story standpoint, I get it.
Yeah.
But from a character standpoint, no, I agree with you. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, and kind of going back, so that I guess this ties into my theory for why all the original Avengers are still alive. I mean, we don't know about Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But I think from set photos, it looks like he'll be in the next one. I mean, I guess he could theoretically have died, and then due to events in the next movie, he comes back. That's why we're seeing. I mean, obviously he's in the next movie. We just don't know what time he'll be back. Yeah, it seemed. I think the next movie is going to be all about the originals.
Which, like, that's kind of what I thought too. Like, and I kind of like that since this is gonna be their end of their run. I think it's way better to end them in that way.
Yeah.
However they're gonna do it. Over they're all dead. Like, it's a proper send off.
Yeah, and a couple things that go on. My two main theories in the next movie are, I think, two important points that stick out to me every time I see it. Is one, when Iron Man finally fights Thanos at the end. It seems I can't tell if it's like a really important conversation. It seems like it just because it's like really there and it seems super obvious. Is when Thanos goes, Stark, and he's like, you know me? And he's like, yeah, I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge. Like, that just seems like a really odd conversation to have. Mm-hmm. Like, that seems really important for some reason.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, and I'm like, what does he mean?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, is that just because he has the Soul Stone, so he knows everybody has the knowledge that way? But I don't know. And I don't know how much other ways to look into it.
I mean, I think when I first saw it, I thought, like, oh, maybe he's like, this is a very bad guess, because I just have nothing else to guess. Like, obviously, Tony kind of had almost the same conviction of protecting people, like, only Thanos is protecting the balance of the universe.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I was thinking, like, oh, maybe because of Ultron.
Right.
Maybe he knows about that. And So that's my only guess is like comparing himself to Stark in that way.
Mm.
Like I said, very bad guess, but but I feel like it could be a possibility.
Yeah. Another important line that sticks out to me, and they said, like, Captain says it, and then Vision says it. It's like, we don't trade lives. And that didn't really, like, play... They said it twice, and it didn't really play out in this movie.
Yeah.
So I kind of wonder, in the next movie, is that they will have to trade lives, and the originals are going to have to...
switch places with the dead.
Yeah. I don't know. Because that just, like, sticks out to me because they said it twice, and, like, it didn't really play out in any way.
I think each time I heard it, I was like, okay, that's important.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's a puzzle while watching this movie that I gotta put together. Yeah, no, I get that completely.
Going back to the Black Order, how do we feel about how each one of them died? Yeah, I think the only one that I would have enjoyed had he stayed dead was his name was Corvus.
Corvus.
Yeah, Corvus. If he had died when Black Widow had injured him, I almost felt like that would have been better than how he did die. Because I can't remember how he actually died, since I've only seen it twice.
Did he actually die?
Yeah, Vision stabbed him.
Okay, maybe that's a little bit better. It's almost like a redemption for Vision, since he's almost been like pain in his ass.
He got stabbed twice.
Yeah. Okay, maybe that is a little bit better than Widow. But it would have made Widow so much better. Like, I think when I saw her do that, I was like, badass. I like Widow way better now.
It imprinted on your mind more.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their deaths go back to them. The characters not being, they were underutilized in ways, but there were so many. There was going to be shortfalls, and
yeah, I think Ebony Moss is the one I like the least. Just because he is so, he's crazy powerful. But we are back from that weird break-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dies from the vacuum of space. And I think I remember when I first saw it, I looked really hard at him, and I was like, he's dead?
Yeah.
It almost didn't make sense to me that he could die that way.
As someone that hasn't read a lot of comics, I agree with you. They showed how strong he is, and I took issue with that. I had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
That was a big issue of mine, because he's, just bitch slapping everybody that comes at him 10 minutes before that, and then, he died in the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
Because plot armor.
I was really hoping when Doctor Strange was looking in the future and kind of freaking out with his head.
Right.
Until I realized that the time stone was open. I was really hoping that was the scene from Infinity, where Ebony Maw's in Doctor Strange's mind, and I was getting real excited. And next thing I was oh no, it's just time. I'm like, damn it! I was really hoping he was back.
I had a similar moment with Doctor Strange when he does the multiple arm thing.
Yeah.
So in the comics, that's he's using black magic, and demons and shit are gonna come out of nowhere. I was like, oh shit, black magic, and then he was just multiply himself. It's oh okay, but it was still awesome.
Yeah.
But I didn't really. I was just got built up, and I was oh dang, it didn't pan out as I was hoping.
What is our favorite scene? Because I know mine. Every time I see it, I get excited.
Favorites, yeah,
I'm going to think on this.
I have two.
I'll think of my second one, but I know my favorite one is probably more of just thinking out of not that's gritty badass or anything like that. More of just how cool it looks. Also, I think when Thanos grabs the moon, every time I see that, I'm like, oh shit, they're really doing it.
Yeah, that's a good scene. Yeah. My two that get me excited every time is when Thor, Groot, Rocket first appear in Wakanda, and just that gives me chills every time. Just 'cause I think it's it's an odd trio.
Yeah,
to see
it really
them.
is.
And then the music comes in, and it's the Avengers theme, and then Banner's oh, you guys are screwed now. I love that whole scene. And then my other the Doctor Strange battle with Thanos. I love that scene.
As a Captain America fan since I was a kid, I gotta say, when Thanos is going to get the Soulstone, I think it is.
Mind Stone.
Mind Stone. I knew that. Again, one time. Nobody better talk shit on me. I'll be so mad.
You can leave your shit comments in the comments below.
And we will upload a new series about Jax is a piece of shit. Let's talk about him.
I'm gonna hang myself. God. But yeah, when he goes to get the Mind Stone.
No, it's a soul stone. No, just kidding.
Wait, is there one? What's this movie about?
Oh, I don't know.
You guys are pieces of shit. I want you to know that.
What's your favorite shitty scene?
Okay. We'll shut up.
Okay, when the Red Skull, basically, seeing him.
Yeah.
I turned and I looked at it. You guys both, that was very disapproving.
Oh,
No, I like that.
We love
Okay.
it. Yeah.
It sounded like, this piece of shit.
Red Skull?
Ian turns to me in the theater. I look at him. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that totally shocked me.
Yeah,
I
like-
did not
No.
expect that
I
at
think it
all.
was one of the first out there fan theories that I thought would never be true.
Yeah.
That when I saw it, I was like, no way. Did not expect that.
No.
At first I was like, is that Death? Then he started talking. I'm like, no, that's man. That's not Death. That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Death has to be a woman because the women are the death of everybody. But that was just a total surprise.
Yeah.
Also, my second favorite had to be the end credit scene, solely for the reason of I saw that Captain Marvel logo pop up on his fucking pager, and I turned to Ian. Ian's like, "Yeah," and there's some dude behind us that goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what the fuck is up. He knows what the fuck is up. That guy knows what the fuck is up. This is awesome.
It's funny, this is kind of off topic, more of when we watch movies like this and stuff like that happens. I love that we look at each other almost as if we're two bros.
Yeah.
That we're gonna get a girl.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you getting that? Yeah, I'm getting that.
You gonna hit that shit? Yeah. I'm gonna watch that movie.
Oh, you like that Red Skull? Yeah, I like that Red Skull. You like that Red Skull? Yeah, I love that Red Skull, bro.
See what Thanos did? Yeah, bro.
Jersey Shore Avengers.
Oh god. Spending all our money on fucking comics and shit.
Yeah, instead of going to the barber shop.
Yeah. Or instead of spending them on steroids was my thought.
You go
Turning the pages of the comic. Woo!
We're going to that comic book store, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna lift some comics.
Go pick up some bitches.
Just got issue number 1.
Oh man.
I also enjoyed I Am Groot. I Am Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
I was sitting beside his mom. I'm like, ha! Smacked her leg.
Look at her like, you see that bitch? This is comics.
What's your favorite joke in the movie?
I think every time I see it, I laugh, but I can't think of it when I really want to remember it. Oh wait, no, I almost thought of Thor Ragnarok for some reason. You guys tell me yours, and I'll try to see if I can remember mine.
Go for it.
Alright, mine too are when Tony Stark sees Ebony and he's like, alright, Squidward.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
No, not a lot of people laughed at that. That was pretty good. And then he sees Thanos later and he calls him Grimace. And
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Almost no one laughed at that. I'm like, what? That was fucking hilarious.
I think I remember mine now. I'm hoping to say it before you say it, because I think it might be yours too, because it's a good joke.
All right.
Drax is a comedic genius. Everybody knows that, whether he knows it or not.
Right.
I think my favorite part is just when they first meet with, or the Guardians first meet the Avengers, and so they ask him, where's Gamora?
Yeah.
I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora? And Drax is just laying on the ground. I'll do you one better. Why Gamora?
Yeah.
Drax was comedic gold through that entire movie.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't know what's going on. He just wants to tell jokes throughout the whole
The
thing.
slow motion invisible was so good.
How long have you been standing there? An hour.
It throws me. It's like an oddly placed joke, and it's such a long joke that
Yeah.
it works. like it's such a dramatic moment between Star-Lord and Gamora, and then there's just a weird Drax joke, but it's great still.
It fits.
Yeah,
you don't expect it to at all.
I mean, it's typical Guardians.
Yeah.
Which
The tone of that movie, you don't expect it to.
Right.
Because which I love that.
Mm.
They perfectly melded the Guardians and their own style with the Infinity War's own style of movie, and it was gorgeous.
Which me and this unknown character across from me,
Duran Duran, remember?
Yeah, Duran Duran,
the wolf.
We've talked about it before.
I'm hungry.
We were kind of worried that Guardians and their theme would kind of take over in some of the other movies.
Right, yeah.
Which was more so during Ragnarok, which
Yeah.
I feel like actually helped Thor a lot more than I feel like hurt it. But
Right.
For Infinity War, I was kind of worried like when Guardians would show up, it would turn into a Guardians movie.
Yeah.
Which, like, thank God it didn't. Like,
Yeah.
the tone of the movie was what I was not expecting, but I'm glad it was what it was. It was
Right.
the hopelessness, which is what I wanted from Age of Ultron when it came out. But that movie was just a good movie.
That movie was a joke.
There was too much joke for that movie.
Yeah. My favorite joke is probably when they're on Titan and they're getting their plan, and Tony's like, "What? I can't remember how he sets it up." But then Mantis goes,
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
"Kick names, take ass," and that's funny. But then the look on Tony's face is just that moment of silence, like, what the fuck is going on? And he just doesn't say anything. Like the two parts of that just crack me up every time.
You see that happen quite a bit throughout the movie. Is the Guardians are just being the Guardians, like they're the Guardians movie, and everybody else is like, "What?"
Tell them about the dance off to save the universe.
This is a human, or I'm a man. He's like, "No, this is a man. You're a human."
I love that one too, where like the other Guardians have moved on, and then Star-Lord goes, "I'm gonna get a Bowflex. I'm gonna commit." That cracks me up every time too.
One thing, like with character interactions outside of jokes, I love that they like almost none of the other teams or solo people like Doctor Strange seem to get along.
Yeah.
Like, I actually liked that a lot better than what you would think of like, oh, we got a common enemy, let's go fight him because we all like each other and love life. Like,
we're besties. Yeah.
Like, but they're all like, it's almost like too many cooks in the kitchen with teams, like, because they're all leaders.
Right.
And so it was nice to see like them butt heads in not the way of a civil war, like, I don't like you.
Right.
More of like my plan's better, your plan sucks.
Yeah.
Hell's Kitchen, Marvel Edition. God.
I don't know if there's any other jokes that I can think of that really like hits me hard every time.
Yeah.
I feel like we've said them all.
Yeah.
Honestly, there were jokes in it, and there were good fucking jokes in it. But there weren't a lot, I want to say that.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. I appreciated that. I don't know if I enjoyed it, but I appreciated that. They kept the tone of the movie up.
Right.
They kept it up through the whole thing.
So a common complaint that I've heard with the Marvel movies, and so I've been paying attention to it since I've heard the complaint, is every time they have a dramatic moment, there's like a comedic moment right after it, so it kind of ruins the dramatic moment. And in this one, it did it a few times, just like the Star-Lord, Gamora, and then Drax right after that. They did have a few of those. I was most worried at the end, like everybody's dead, and I was like, please, there are no more jokes.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be really weird. And there wasn't, thank God, and it was perfect. Yeah, I have noticed that that is like a complaint. I think it is kind of a valid complaint of the Marvel movies.
Totally. I feel like it fits for certain movies.
Yeah.
Like
the Guardian, I think it fits perfectly the Guardians vibe. They have their own comedic vibe.
And not just saying this because I'm a Spider-Man fan, but I mean, Spider-Man, he's a jokester, so I feel like that fits for his movies.
Yeah.
And even in his movie, I feel like during the interrogation scene with Vulture and Spider-Man in the car, like there was no joke after that. So I appreciated that moment. But and like Ant-Man is kind of the same way, like a good, almost like comedy action movie. But then movies like Civil War, they like, I don't feel like there's room or need for anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna kind of, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna get into why I think you enjoyed, like, not just okay. I'm just gonna talk, but so just the sense of humor that is the Guardians of the Galaxy movies it's a bunch of funny. It feels like a bunch of funny friends trying to make each other laugh. In my opinion, it's like, all right, we're gonna actually like just play well off each other.
Are you saying like the actors are, or like
The characters.
The characters?
Yeah, it's like that's just good chemistry. I think is like you can see the actors all get along
right?
through the characters. What makes Spider-Man so funny? He's not trying to be funny. Like it doesn't feel like he's trying to be funny. Like it feels like it's very natural, and that's a big reason I love this Spider-Man so much better than.
I think he's just a smart aleck, and
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
makes him funny. Like he
Absolutely.
doesn't try to say jokes; he's just a smart aleck.
Mm-hmm. That's just who he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. And another joke that I like is it's like the Spider-Man's like, okay, just in case, like I don't. If somebody like alien comes like eggs at me and I eat one of you, I'm sorry. And then Tony goes, I don't want another pop culture reference out of you for the rest of the time.
What was the movie? Oh yeah, have you ever seen that really old movie Alien?
Yeah. The moment he said that, I just like, of course.
Yeah.
I was just saying I'm for the sake of saying I'm and fill the void. What were you gonna say?
I was doing the exact same thing.
Oh. You guys got any theories?
Theories. See, okay, that's one of the reasons I love this movie so much. With all the comic knowledge, I have no idea what the fuck they're gonna do.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, that's good. I
no,
like that.
I no
I
idea.
like that.
I kind of keep thinking that too. Like, Thanos is gone. Like, he did it. What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
And just the idea of like, what's the exact plot of the next one? No idea.
I mean, like in Infinity Gauntlet, like Gamora's a pretty big role, and she's still alive. So,
You mean Nebula?
I mean Nebula. Sorry, Nebula. So I feel like she'll play a probably pretty big role in the next movie.
Yeah.
But other than that, I have no idea.
I kind of thought maybe that they would do that too, where Nebula would go find Thanos, take the gauntlet, and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
we have any guesses for titles? Because that's the only guess I got. My guess is Infinity Crusade.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's a good one.
I don't have enough knowledge to really be a part of this part of the conversation. So I'm listening and I'm observing and I'm liking what I'm hearing, but
This is like a comic book man with, I don't remember their names anymore, but the bearded guy that doesn't know anything.
Oh, yeah.
He just adds his own input.
Yeah. Well, my theory for the longest time was Secret War or Secret Wars. I'm not hardcore on that theory anymore.
Yeah, neither am I.
I don't. One theory I heard was it's Endgame, since that's what Doctor Strange said, and and it's funny because Kevin Feige, who's the, I think that's how you pronounce it. Feig.
I thought it was Fiji.
Fiji water.
Yeah, what did Fiji water
Kevin
say?
Fiji water. He had already said like last week or the week before that he's like, yeah, the name of the next movie's like been kind of overhyped, and there's like no way we can like fulfill everybody's expectations
Yeah, I read that
now.
article too.
Which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's just like playing it safe. Yeah, I don't. Infinity Crusade, that's good. That's a good.
I don't know what made me think of it. I was just kind of like sitting in my room one day, like as I always do, thinking about Infinity War, as I always do. Suddenly, Infinity Crusade came to my mind. I'm like, and it would like obviously Infinity War is not really the Infinity War comic book,
Right.
So I felt like they could easily do that.
Yeah.
And that Warlock's not going to be around until after Avengers 4, right?
That's what I think.
Wait, what's not going to be what?
Adam Warlock.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I told you, but Jackson probably doesn't know.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him about it.
I heard a really solid theory that this is probably not going to be true, but whoever came up with this theory like needs to send it to James Gunn, who's directing the next Guardians, even though he already has the script written.
Put this in there.
Yeah. So after Thanos snaps his fingers, like he goes to that orange place.
Yeah.
In the comics, it looks like Soul World. So like in the Soul Stone, there's like this whole Soul World, and it's usually kind of orange. I think there's kind of different versions, but in one version, it's like kind of an orange-looking place. And so one of the theories was, like Gamora's in there, like he sacrificed her and so her soul is trapped in the Soul Stone. And so in Guardians 3, that's the plot of them trying to either get the Soul Stone or get basically Gamora's soul out of that world. So that, like, Adam Warlock is here, the guardian of the Soul World. So that's kind of his place in the next movie, and so that's a pretty solid.
I would enjoy that movie very much.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid plot in theory. Probably not going to pan out whatsoever,
No.
But that does sound really good.
It sounds
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah. Can I actually ask you guys a question?
No.
Okay, never mind then.
Bitches don't get questions.
You get two questions per session, and
Okay.
you've already used those two.
I love how you said bitches, by the way. Bitches don't get questions.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking about it. I'm like, do I really want to call him a bitch today? I'm like, yeah, I do.
Okay.
So I've heard a few different things about when all people, disintegrate or whatever, turn to dust, whatever. Some people say they died and they're not coming back. Some people say that they got absorbed into the Soul Stone. So what do you guys think?
I think they died.
You think they're
Yeah.
dead as shit?
Yeah, because if we're going off the Gamora theory of her being trapped in the Soul Stone,
Yeah.
they should be there too, technically. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
I can get behind that.
Thanos gets his ass kicked while he's in there.
Just beat the shit out of him the whole time.
I didn't even really think of them as dead. They're like just non-existent anymore at the moment.
That's what I thought until Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man kind of like, because he was acting like it kind of hurt him. But everybody else is just like, fuck, I'm dead.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of, that's like a metaphysical question of like, what is dead?
Yeah. So you're almost saying the same thing.
I need to go to
different
church
words.
instead of a podcast, fuck.
Yeah. There was something else I was thinking about, but I don't remember what it was.
Same here. Something else I was gonna bring up.
This is a great podcast.
What was the moment? What scene, like, either gave you the most chills, most like fear? Because
Brought you to tears?
no, not necessarily tears. More of like made you like not know what's gonna happen next. Made you really intense, like. Because there was a moment where in the movie where like my legs almost went out because I was like,
Go for it. I want an example.
during when Banner and Doctor Strange and all them are in his Sanctum Sanctorum, and they all just go silent because they like hear basically like what sounds like an earthquake.
Right.
Like during that moment, and then seeing everybody run out and not knowing what was gonna happen, like that moment was like making me really intense, feeling like like, oh shit, what's going on?
And something else I've noticed too, and I totally agree with you, especially when you're following Iron Man out the door, and it's like that one long shot just adds to the intensity, and it's kind of that shaky camera vision.
Yeah, and seeing the citizens act the way they are.
And then the ship out in the sky. Yeah, that moment does give me chills every time.
Yeah.
As someone that hates shaky cam, it was done really well in that scene.
Actually, I noticed, because the Russo brothers are kind of heavily, like in Winter Soldier, you can definitely, they use a lot of shaky,
especially in that bridge fight.
Yeah.
I love that movie, but I hate that. Yeah.
But this one, I think they got a good balance between all of it. Thrills. There were so many.
That wasn't the only time I thought
the whole movie gave me chills. The whole it still does.
I think that was just the scene that it lasted the longest.
Yeah.
Like for me, I mean, like we said, it was a longer scene.
Yeah. I know. I mean, it's got to happen in the next movie. Will bring me to tears, mostly because it's like a combination of well, it'll be the last time we probably see Cap and Iron Man.
Don't remind me.
Is when all the originals get together. And there's like going to be that iconic team shot of them all together, like the first Avengers movie, and them kicking ass. And it's like, get chills just thinking about it.
I get chills still thinking about the one in Age of Ultron. Trash movie, amazing shot. Amazing shot.
Oh, in the first Avengers movie, it gives me chills in the final battle. And like, the way that whole scene's choreographed where like Iron Man's flying around and like they use him to like guide you to the other Avengers, and then it shows like Thor and Hulk beating that.
I know, every time I see that, I'm like, that's such a good scene.
It's so the cinematography and choreographed really well, and that scene gives me chills every time.
I played Ultimate Alliance as a kid, and so in the first one when I saw I don't know if it was Iron Man. Was it Iron Man shoots at Cap's shield?
Yeah.
Is that the first one or it's in Civil War? And he bounces it off of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is one thing I always love about just team-up movies is, like, the way their abilities bounce off each other, like Doctor Strange and Star-Lord and Spider-Man using his teleporting.
Oh, yes. I love the magic kick.
The scene I loved, two scenes I loved. As previously stated, Captain America, Till the Day I Die.
Yep.
And I love Captain America and Bucky together. Like, not like romantically.
Right.
I imagine in my head they have the best bromance in the world. And so, when Captain America's first introduced, and like that subway train just like, boo, and he's just in the dark just there, I'm like...
I wasn't expecting that one.
No.
Okay. That does take me to a complaint, though.
Okay.
How does Cap know to be there?
I did think about that.
Is he just like watching it and he's like, fuck, gotta make this look cool when I go down there.
Again, that's like an easy fix. Like, had Scarlet Witch, Scarlet Witch I guess would have been the one, like, contacted, like, press the, like, the response,
homing button
or something, like that. I would have been perfectly fine with that. But yeah, she didn't really do anything. So, like, how was Captain right there at the right time?
Yeah, that's one of those... not even a plot detail. That's like, I don't know if you call it a plot detail, I guess. But that's something about the movie that's like
it's just
doesn't
a coincidence.
Make sense, but
I feel like that's like a downside of every superhero movie.
Yeah, almost every movie.
Oh yeah, is like just those like, oh that's
like how
convenient. How convenient. Yeah.
I'd like to say also in the first Avengers movie, you don't see earpieces in anybody's ear.
Yeah, and
everybody bitch about it.
Yeah,
I do think about that.
Every single one, they're all in now. You see them.
Yeah.
Every time
that's a big black thing in their ear.
Yeah,
You're like, you know what's up.
Yeah.
You first, because I didn't.
I'm sorry. That was my second scene that I loved. Just again as a Captain America fan, as a Winter Soldier fan. T'Challa throwing down that fucking suitcase and it pops open, that new arm's there. I'm just like, no.
That arm looks bad.
Oh my god. Why did the arm disappear when Bucky did?
Yeah, I didn't think about that, and I just assume his clothes disappear too.
Yeah, I guess. But
Another thing that is weird to me is like Thanos has the axe in him, and then when he teleports out, like it just pops out. I'm like, that's weird.
Technically go with him. He's got all the gems. He can control reality. Maybe like when he disappears, he also uses another gem like to heal himself during.
Oh, the healing didn't bother him. It's just like the fact that like.
Oh, it pops
just
out.
Pops out. Like he didn't teleport with him. It just kind of pops out. It was weird to me.
Can I talk about that scene real quick? When that axe hits him. And you're like, fuck yeah, they did it. They stopped him. They like, should have gone for my head.
Yeah.
He snapped the finger.
Yeah.
God.
It seemed like there was a lot of like, obviously the whole movie's fan service, but like almost like just pure internet fan service, like for memes. There was one joke that I hadn't thought about when I first saw it, but like the second time I thought like it was just directly out of a meme with Rocket and Bucky with like, how much for that arm? Like that's straight out of a meme. Like didn't think that actually ever do anything like that. So that was a nice little touch.
That was another thing that's like, it's so obvious they're not gonna. Oh, they did it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny you say memes because when I watched it today, Ebony Maw I feel like is set up perfectly for a meme. I don't know what yet, and I was like, and I didn't think until like after he dies, like there's got to be something for him.
Yeah.
He seems meme worthy, and I feel like it's my duty to make him a meme, just because of how much I love him. But I don't know how yet.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how that happens. Like, I also have this feeling like there should be something that I'm not seeing online of his like scenes like becoming a meme.
Yeah.
Maybe like not even a Squidward meme.
Yeah, just like because he always says, "You are worthy. You are now the children of Thanos," and it's kind of his speech. Like something's in there. So there's a meme in there
Yeah.
somewhere.
I think I brought this up to you. I think that the voice actor for Ebony was General Hux. I'm not sure, but I think it was because I could kind of hear it at some points. I want to Google that real quick.
Yeah, you should.
Where's
I
my
don't
phone?
think it is. Yeah, Dom.
I don't know. I don't know his name.
He
I want to try.
He has kind of an unusual name.
Yeah.
I haven't looked it up, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm gonna get up real quick. Look at my phone.
All right, we're gonna take a quick
Could be break time. Hey.
All right, we are back. Our bladders are empty, hands are washed, and Jackson touches balls.
Actually, I didn't even pee.
I didn't get a pee either.
All right, well, my hands are clean. My bladder's empty. I'm good.
Your butt is empty?
I too. I haven't needed to poop for a while. So a late entry into the complaint section that we briefly discussed was the lack of seeing the Nova Corps being destroyed
Yep.
and the Guardians not knowing.
Yep. Although, I don't know if I told you this or I'm telling somebody else. Now that Xandar's destroyed, the Nova Corps is destroyed. I mean, they've kind of been destroyed twice because of.
Oh yeah.
Like, it does set up Nova.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of pumped for that.
Yeah.
I half expected him to show up in Infinity War, and then I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Nah, like that was really just excited me wanting him to show up.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I guess I just wish we could have seen it, but I know that if we had seen it, would have probably actually hurt the movie more than anything. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if the Guardians had known ahead of time or something, like they had previous knowledge of it happening and Thanos being out there, instead of just blindly going around the place, would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of attribute it to being. It was only a week before. And to me, the Guardians are not ones to keep up with current
Yeah.
galactic events.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe they would have heard it through a channel, some communication channel. I don't. Yeah.
It's just another one of those small details
Yeah.
of the movie that doesn't necessarily hurt or help the movie if we do or if it was changed.
Yeah.
More of a little detail that would have been different.
Yeah.
Yondu died for nothing, and I can't sleep right at night because of that. Seeing Yondu on that poster right there reminded me of that.
Imagine what Yondu would have done.
Yeah. Oh, that brings up a question I was going to ask earlier. What part either brought you to tears or almost brought you to tears?
I feel like you brought that up and we just brushed past it. I apologize for that.
Well, we were talking about the thrilling.
Yeah, thrill,
the
not
thrill.
necessarily tears.
Yeah. Sadness.
Obviously, for me, Spider-Man, no doubt, I would have cried had I not fought it because I'm a man. Probably. Are we talking just out of sadness or out of excitement?
Sadness. Pure sadness. Yeah.
Probably the moment that Peter and Gamora are like basically held hostage by Thanos, and he's gonna kill Gamora. He thinks.
Yeah.
That part was really like it was pretty hard for me to watch that. I was like, "Come on, don't do this to me," kind of thing. I mean, I think in the back of my mind, I knew that she wasn't gonna die.
Right.
But it's set up so well that like you almost in the movie itself, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
For me, it was, I'd like to say, seeing Gamora die without having the background of the scene of her as a child wouldn't have done much for me. But after seeing both those scenes together, that did bring me to tears. Yeah, I will admit that. That broke my heart. Like 10,000 pieces just sitting in the bottom of my ribcage.
The two of them consistently bring tears. Although the third one, the last two times the third one has gotten tears in my eyes, is Gamora dying. That kills me, like the hopelessness of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like basically realizing she lost. She didn't get anything of what she wanted. She thought she's vindicated, and then nope, Thanos sacrifices her. And then the recent one is Vision. Vision gets me just because
I forgot about that.
Like he sacrifices himself to prevent this from happening, and that's all for nothing.
Yeah. And plus the way he dies is so much, for Marvel's way, even though he's a robot, it's much more brutal.
Yeah.
In the way it happens, and seeing his colorless body it's probably what hits me more at the end.
Yeah.
Well, this is really gonna get into like, are robots people? But no, I feel like they set that up pretty well. That he's more than just a robot. He's a person.
Oh yeah.
He's a person in a robot's body.
Right.
And that's really what makes that scene so like, ah.
Yeah.
That's the noise I made when I watched it.
Yeah. I made that internally.
The other third one that gets me is Rocket and Groot.
Oh yeah.
When Groot fades away, damn, I like.
Yeah.
That. Like the way, and it's so hilarious. Like, obviously, Rocket's an animated raccoon, but like the way they animate it and just like
the acting chops on him.
Just the way he says like no.
Yeah,
Groot, no.
The helplessness of it.
And it like
thank Bradley Cooper for that.
and it's like, and something that occurred to me like the second or third time was like, damn, this is the second time he's watched Groot die.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
I actually read that this Groot is supposedly the first Groot's son.
Yeah, that's
Is it like a hive mind thing? I don't know.
That's weird. We don't know.
I haven't heard any of that.
Oh, you haven't heard that?
No, I want to hear about any of that.
Yeah.
Either way, it's sad.
Yeah.
He's the first way. It's like he watched his best friend die for good this time.
Yeah.
Or the second way, it's like, okay, he couldn't protect the first Groot or the second one.
Yeah.
Just imagine being Rocket and not knowing his whole team is dead.
and then
I know.
Yeah, that's something I thought about too.
Yeah.
And then like it gets me like I like looking the final scene where you see all of the ones on Earth, like Rocket's in the back and his head's down. It's like it's the first time you really see him sad, and it's like damn, it gets me.
I guess to add, like, we're not at all escaping the theme of a character dying, but Bucky, his death, like, it gets me a lot. And not, like, I'm also kind of like Jackson, a big Steve and Bucky bromance kind of guy, but not as big, like...
The cool kids call it Stucky.
Stucky.
Just the way the first person, like, it's almost like no duh, because Steve's the only person he really knows, but like the way he says Steve and just falls to the ground like that, like, I feel for Bucky, of course, but like just Steve's unbelieved, like,
expression.
Expression and the way he reacts to the situation, like, gets me a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if his girlfriend was on one side, his mom was on the other, and either both of them heard it, or I said it quiet enough to where neither of them heard it. But that was like the Spider-Man thing, where it's like, no.
I think I heard you say no, and I think I smiled to myself. I was like, got him.
Smiled that evil smile.
Well, I think that's one great thing about this movie. It's like they're coming back.
Yeah, but
it still hurts. It still hurts.
Like, it's delivered so good.
Yeah.
I feel like what it is like I'm gonna go on that limb and say I'm a big fan of at least the MCU. I won't say I am about the comics. But the MCU I am a big fan, and we kind of just like get involved in this world where it feels like they're real people, and they don't know they're coming back,
right?
And so it breaks your heart for the characters.
And it's funny you say that, like. So this leads into what I'll say. For me, this is the best Marvel movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hands down. I think the biggest reason it's the best is because we've had 10 years to set up all these characters, and so in this one, you just have all these characters and you set them down in a environment, in a situation, and you don't have to worry about backstories or anything. So it's just them in a situation. You get to see how they react to the situation, and that just like takes it to a whole new level, and it's just awesome.
Like, it's crazy that we've gotten this far. Like, since how this is kind of off topic, but it'll lead back into Marvel.
Yeah.
How old were you think when you first watched Star Wars? Like,
oh man, I was probably 4th or 5th grade.
Okay, I think that would be about when. I think 6th or 5th grade is about when Iron Man came out for me.
What, 10 years ago?
Yeah. So yeah, about 6th grade.
Yeah.
Well, this is not a math podcast. To me, like, obviously, Star Wars came out like way after you watched them.
Right.
But like, Star Wars was like it was introduced very late for me. But for me, the MCU's kind of been like my Star Wars. It feels like.
Yeah.
And like, this is more of like a pat on the back to Marvel. Like, God dang, you're great. Like, thank you, bless you for giving me this.
Yeah.
I'd like to say you guys started talking about Star Wars, and next podcast, that's what we got to talk about.
I was actually going to say we should do Assault. Dropping it right now. We should... our next podcast, I think we should hold off for when Solo comes out.
Oh.
Or...
Deadpool. I think
Deadpool's first?
I think Deadpool's first.
Okay, then we could do a Deadpool one, and obviously it's too late to get Jackson tickets probably, but... We could still probably...
I can go watch it on my own, man.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to. I can go with you.
I'm sure I'll see it a few times.
Yeah, like, I feel like we should start whenever a new movie like this comes out. We should watch it. Not necessarily do a podcast that night because I got a girlfriend to take care of. Not that you guys got to worry about that. Ladies,
bragging,
they're single ladies.
Hey,
all the
single ladies. All the single ladies.
Darren's slowly becoming my best friend.
Slowly.
Wait, what's his Duran?
Duran.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, like, we should definitely at least do it. Like, if we can fit it in, at least that next day or that week, definitely.
It's a good idea.
It would be awesome if we could do this as a week thing.
Yeah.
Like, just to get together. Because I'm enjoying this.
I'm mixed. No, I love it.
Okay,
good. My anxiety, bro, is like, okay, I messed it up.
I feel like we are probably reaching the end of this podcast, not necessarily because we're running out of things to talk about, but more of time because we are over an hour.
You're over an hour?
I have to restart every 33 minutes.
Wow.
And looking outside, I can tell we're over an hour, by the way.
We talked a lot.
We did.
Yeah, I know, but I still got stuff to talk about. I feel like
I know.
We could do it for our pilot podcast. We could do a twofer.
Oh?
If you guys would be willing to.
We could do a twofer.
If you guys are down, I'm down.
I'm down.
I got to use the restroom when we stop this, though.
Well, to end this one, I would like to first do a reveal and...
Oh, yeah.
And a vote.
Oh, and a vote.
Which one first? I'm not signing you as the vote.
I feel like I should reveal first.
Reveal.
I think.
I want to know what that napkin was about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I knew there was something else, and I couldn't remember what it was.
We got 2 reveals. All right. Let's make it a sandwich of announcements. Reveal, vote, and then reveal.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fan.
Okay.
You should stop it right before you reveal his name.
All right. First reveal about that napkin.
Yeah.
So, as you know, Darren, God damn it, Duran.
We're bad at this, man.
We were working out before we came here because we're big-bodied men.
Yeah. I'm a small little girl.
Yeah, you're a small little girl with a deep voice.
Who loves Duran.
Who absolutely loves Duran. Who doesn't? So I had my tumbler shake bottle.
Uh-huh.
I had some protein, and that bottle does not hold liquid very well when you shake it. It goes all over the place. So as I was waiting for Jackson to get out of the bathroom, I was like, got some napkins right next to me. I'll just take them right there. So I took them, didn't use them.
Oh.
I'm just that good.
Well, that reveal didn't play out.
No, it did not.
No. That's depressing.
Hopefully,
it's
hopefully.
it's funny to me because I knew it would.
He's like, I'm gonna build it up on purpose.
That's a lot of pressure on my reveal then.
Voting.
Okay.
I would like to vote the host of the show.
Oh.
Voting myself.
Okay.
You vote?
I vote Ian.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I don't really care.
I
I
mean,
don't either.
all I get is
I-
a plaque and an award for all these awards that we're gonna get.
I
but
can make a little tag.
that'd be cool.
Nobody will see it except us.
Let's make a name tag.
Host. Bitch.
Plumber.
No name.
All right, our big reveal of this episode. Who is Duran Duran? Well, they're a good old band from the 80s.
Yeah, they're great.
If you haven't heard them, you should look them up and get
Yeah.
some culture.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got a Duran Duran right here. What's his name? Or we should play the game. What's his name?
Oh.
What's Gibby
What?
thinking about?
Say my name, say my name.
Would you like
say,
a drum
baby,
roll?
I love you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ow, that hurts my finger.
What's the name?
I'm Darren.
Awesome. All right, that ends this first part of this episode. Thank you for listening, hopefully. Tune in for next one.